We continue our reading from Pope Francis's short meditations, Meeting Jesus in the Sacraments. Still we are in the preface. And today's thoughts from the Pope help us to understand that our life has a very important center of which we tend to forget about, and this is our rootedness in the community. So as it were, today's passage is about this communal center of our lives, and this is that center which grounds our fulfillment and happiness in life. The second aspect of communion in holy things, in the sacraments, is the communion of charisms, the communion of gifts. The Holy Spirit distributes to the faithful a multitude of spiritual gifts and graces. The imaginative wealth of the Holy Spirit is ordered to building up the church. So these gifts of the Holy Spirit are ordered to build up the church. The charisms, and the word is a little difficult, are gifts of the Holy Spirit. These are gifts which the Holy Spirit gives us, talents, possibilities. Gifts are not to be hidden, but to be shared with others. And this begins the Pope's emphasis on the communal aspects of our life. These spiritual gifts given to individuals are not to be hidden, but to be shared with others. They are not given for the benefit of the one who receives them, but for the use of the people of God. If a charism, a gift, one of these gifts, serves instead as self-affirmation, then it is doubtful that we are dealing with an authentic gift, or that gift is faithfully lived out. The charisms are special graces given to some for the good of many others. And this is the heart what the Pope says. The gifts of the Holy Spirit are special graces given to some for the good of many others. They are attitudes, inspirations, and inner promptings that are born in the conscience and experiences of certain people who are called to put themselves at the service of the community. So when we, just to reflect on what the Pope says, when we speak about spiritual gifts, with them a mission is given to serve the community. And in the Christian community we can see that certain people are given a special call to use it for the community. We should think about our bishops and priests and Eucharistic ministers or church wardens like this, that they are given many gifts and they have a special call to offer it for the community. In particular, these spiritual gifts further the sanctity of the Church and her mission. So all of us are needed. All of our gifts are needed in order to strengthen and sanctify the Church and her mission. We are all called to respect them in ourselves and in others, to receive them as serving the Church's full presence in the world. As St. Paul warns in his first letter to the Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 19, do not quench the Spirit. let us not quench the Spirit who gives us these gifts, these abilities, these very beautiful virtues to make the Church grow. And the Pope asks, what is our attitude to the gifts of the Holy Spirit? Are we aware that the Spirit of God is free to give them to whomsoever He wishes? Do we consider these gifts as a spiritual help through which the Lord sustains our faith and reinforces our mission in the world? So just to sum it off from our perspective, we are responsible for these spiritual gifts which we are given, and we are also given a task to serve and strengthen the Church. So somehow we can see that forgotten center of our life, that it's not limited within our own interests in our own family or personal life, but we have the second center or core of our life, and this is part of the life of the community where we live. And strangely, this is what we tend to forget. Happiness, which everyone is striving for, usually we become unhappy and unsatisfied in life when we lose this second center, that our life, our gifts are in the service of not only our beloved ones, but that of the local church to whom all of us belong. So when we receive today's communion, let us receive it as a prayer that people, Christians who live within a parish, they might realize that their life, their gifts also belong to the local community to strengthen them.